Also looking for Mountain Drakes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see Gory onto the Rift here. That's not the Faker in the mid lane. Let's see how he does with the rest of SKT in Game 2. You can hear the SKT fans. Well, we've gone gray. Seems like we're dead.
All right.
Wonder what happened.
Had a little bit of a pause.
Yeah. As, okay, looks like it's going to be on the side of Griffin. Probably Sword here. As all the referees are... Okay, Sword's PC is lagging, is the update that we just got.
So, we could talk about what's going to happen in this game number 2, or we could talk about the real thing on everyone's mind.
Yeah, what's that?
And no, it's not who is Gory and why is he replacing Faker in this game. It's teamfight tactics.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's that going for you?
Going quite well.
Yeah? You hit Challenger yet, or what's up?
Rank's not out for it.
Okay.
But when it is, servers are going to crash worldwide.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll be on that train as well.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Some of the players that we're seeing here today are probably going to be on that train. I don't know. I don't know what's going to end up happening next, but teamfight tactics it's quite fun. It's quite good. Happy times, happy feeling.
Been watching a bunch, playing a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to play sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to get in there, you know.
Yeah, those queue
long
times.
queue.
I wouldn't know.
I know some people don't have to deal with that. Streamers. Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
As, yeah, we're still just going to have to hold on. Hold your horses before we get any chance to see the subs come in.
So what's your favorite thing to do right now in teamfight tactics? Are you a carousel Karen?
I've only played 2 games. I am not a carousel Karen. Unless, well, the thing about going carousel Karen is that you gotta see how your rolls go in the beginning, right? If you don't get good stuff, then you can go for that kind of open forward stuff, right? You could sit back, try to gain the interest, sit on your pile of money just like Thomas Kent would.
Absolutely.
And then you get first pick in the carousel. You're feeling really nice.
I really like the spatula item.
Yeah?
It's just so out there. I don't know. There's something about being able to get a spatula.
Doesn't really fit with the rest of the items,
That's the whole
point,
right?
Yeah.
It's something really cartoonish. I feel like I'm in South Park or something.
It just reminded me of SpongeBob.
Ooh.
Because he's,
What's your favorite little legend? Are you a fan of Tengu?
See, the thing is I've only played 2 games of it, so I only have that little blob. So I don't actually, I don't know all the names.
Yeah, that's really tragic.
Well, me and Papa had a 6-game cast yesterday.
Oh, so you weren't able to quite get in on the action.
I mean, I had it ready for when I returned home, but it was so late and I was so tired that I played a couple of games. It was fun, but I was like, well, I can't do this right now. Okay. But tonight,
tonight,
we'll see how the queues go.
Yeah.
See how the water is. Test the water. See if maybe I can get 1 game in or something like that.
If people are listening right now and you're having issues with the queue, one of the advice I could give would be to relog.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a really good idea.
I really feel bad for the people. I was watching your stream actually, and there's one guy who's like, "Oh, I was waiting in the queue all the way, and there was only 1 person left, and it was just loading forever. What should I do, guys? Should I relog or?" I was like, "Oh man, you poor soul. What are you gonna do? I mean, that guy was probably waiting for 10 hours."
You know what I liked doing is the people that they joined and they didn't know that I had the whitelist. So I can just bypass the queue.
Yeah.
So they would tell me to relog and stuff, and I'd pretend to have difficulty, and then I'd log out, and chat would be all Pepe laughs and stuff, and I'd log in, and then they're they're molding.
They're molding. What does that even mean? I don't get it.
Matt, you're so mad that you're balding.
Oh, you're balding. Okay, of course.
I don't know. It's the new trend. Twitch chat.
Twitch chat is
It evolves. It's
a
sentient.
strange being. Goes from one thing to the next. It's hard to keep up with.
Oh man.
It really is.
Yeah. You should try relogging when you're home.
Should I? I go back home.
Yeah.
In truth, I'm one of those guys that has to wait for the queue, so I went into the queue before I left in hopes that by the time I get home, maybe I can play one game or like a half and see if maybe the servers can hold up.
What would be so funny is if you had a client error.
Yeah, that sounds really funny. Sounds hilarious.
It does. Think about it. You're making someone else's day.
I'm just gonna
you get off the server, someone else gets in.
I'm gonna just immediately transform into the Pepe laugh face. It'll just take over my face.
That's the best emote currently.
This is, hey honey, today is my birthday. Did you hear? I'd like a win for my birthday. That's what that sign said. So, I don't know who's honey out of one of these teams, but let's hope they pick up a win. I think it was for the side of SKT. But who knows? As looks like the players are ready, guys, and we're just about ready to hop in here. Looks like the PBE server issues have figured themselves out. No more waiting in queue for these players. As Kleptomancy Sivir is the name of the game for Viper.
Looks like they want to go for an aggressive invade, but it's actually going to be spotted here by an SK Telecom ward.
Oh, and they missed the ward.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate for Griffin. Not going to be able to scan it out. But they're really looking in here. That is not actually Sona in the mid lane.
Infernal Dragon actually spawning first is really, really good on the side of Griffin.
Oh, and Sona didn't go Klepto, but Sivir did.
Yeah.
What is this, opposite day?
I'm not entirely sure why Teddy didn't go Kleptomancy, but it looks like maybe he's thinking that he needs more power inside of the lane to combat the Yuumi and the Sivir. I wonder who it is. Could you tell?
I had
Were
no
you
idea.
duped? I was actually duped on cast.
Really?
Yeah, that happened to me. That was tragic. I got Nico'd.
Caster, by the way.
Yep. As Gory is gonna have big shoes to fill here for many viewers, and he's taking minion dematerializer on Nico. I'm a little bit surprised there, Valdez. I'll just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna be okay?
I'm gonna be all right. I'm thinking about teamfight tactics.
Okay.
Makes everyone happy.
You can feel relaxed.
All right.
No
Well,
Varus in this game, though. Sorry about that. I mean, we had one in game one.
We
right?
did. We
But
did.
None in this one. So the V tier not being taken advantage of in this game.
Well, so far in this game, Clid actually gonna do the Wolf Camp here. And now Tarzan is moving back onto the right-hand side, maybe looking to coordinate a dive.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh man.
Okay, let's see what they can
Chovy's
do
here too.
Viper takes a hit to start it off. The axe comes forward. They're just trying to poke first. Get the damage down as the flash comes in. And Teddy is ignited, actually. He's going to go down. First blood to Lehends as the dive works out.
The dive works out. They steal the teleport away, and now they're going to get the teleport out of Sona really prematurely. Oh, actually, no. Teddy saying, you know what, I can't afford to use it right now. I have to save it for a better buy. So he's going to be walking back to lane. The lane state's going to be terrible. Clid, meanwhile, looking to maximize his value, at least on the map on the left-hand side. Ends up getting the Scuttle Crab, but stealing the teleport out of Gory that early on and really setting the pace down in bottom lane is going to be really, really, really problematic, and especially because it only came at the expense of one summoner spell, which was Yumi's Ignite.
Yeah, Yumi's just super happy about that. Went Ignite's heal. Let's take another look here at how it went down.
Yeah, so right here, Lehends ends up taking a hit, but then right here, cast the Ignite and an auto, minions helping out as well, and you can just see that Teddy probably wasn't expecting to die right there.
I think I got him. Think I got him.
No flash, no flash. I think he was saying that Rek'Sai was top-centric.
Get the confirmation from G-Sun.
Yep.
As that is what he was saying.
And so now, everyone knows where Rek'Sai is. Even though they haven't seen Clid, it is obvious to anyone with a brain right now where Rek'Sai must be. Yeah, everyone knows how long it's going to take Rek'Sai to do the clear time right now. Tarzan moving up top or something. This isn't to counter gank a Rek'Sai by any means whatsoever, because this lane state is not gankable for Rek'Sai. And so everyone knows that Rek'Sai is going to pass with the Wolves and then the Rubber Bandage Gromp, and then depending on how RNG is, maybe stick around for Scuttle Crab and then Tarzan's Wraiths. But what Sword's trying to do is induce a trade out of Khan. He's trying to get the hook shot out of him. Khan's not biting, though.
It's too many minions, too. I think Khan just, you know, not really one he's going to go for, not going to bite that bait. So he's just fine to take all this CS, actually winning in the CS war here up against that Jace. He's going to get every single one under the turret. Congratulations to him. Always feels like it's your birthday when you pull that off. So after the flash was blown, we do see that, the Yuumi lane is having a ball down here in the bottom lane.
Executioner's Calling, also first item of choice for Viper to try to slow the healing and sustain out of Effort and Teddy. And meanwhile, right now, one of the things that Clid has to actually be scared about is if he goes for the left-hand side Scuttle Crab and then tries to eat his Rubber Band Raptor in Golem camps, it could open up the possibility for Tarzan to just try to solo the Dragon. And they can take advantage of knowing where Rek'Sai is basically forced to be at this point in the game. And we'll see, actually, if Tarzan wants to do this. Now, Nico has Flash available, so I'm not sure what they're trying to accomplish right there. They can't actually ever kill her. Clid shows himself. Everyone is able to count his CS score, know what camps he's taken, what camps are still up and coming up. So now Viper and Lehends with the priority. They're going to help clear out all of the vision. They might try to launch an attack here onto the blue.
Yeah, coming in onto the blue, they're going to clear out 2 control wards, one on the Dragon, one near this blue. As Clid looking for the smite, but it easily goes the way of Tarzan, who is able to pick that one up, so no harm, no foul. Viper and Lehends easily can return down to the bottom side. Teddy and Effort couldn't really get there to help out, so yeah, just able to return to the same lane state, but you can see that now Tarzan will go to his own blue. Or he was thinking about it, but didn't go there yet.
It looks like he might want to just go to the Dragon after attempting maybe a gank in mid lane, perhaps. Everyone knows that Rek'Sai is on her red, or at least her red side jungle at this point in time.
They're just hanging out. We return to the top side where Khan is, once again, his laning phase in game 1 as well was quite good against the Jace. Same matchup between the two. So no real complaints there. I feel like that's part of the reason why Khan is staying in, as now we're trying to bait this one, but who's baiting who? As Clid is going to ult at the exact right time, but is going to get shut down right there at the end as everybody blows their flash in the trade of the 1-for-1.
Yeah, it's going to end up being a 1-for-1, but it's going to be much more beneficial for the side of SKT. Connie's going to get all that solo XP up in top lane. And so now, game will reset ever so slightly. But take a look at this Sword clearing out the ward. They get Clid so low, but they're not able to kill him before he goes into his ultimate. And then Tarzan flashes, wanting to confirm with absolute certainty there would be no way for Clid to get away.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It looked like he killed him with this flash. Obviously not the way that thing works, but okay, now we're going for the TP coming on in. They got Gory right behind them. Big Pop Blossom is going to land. They will at least get Viper as Lehends abandons ship and gets to safety.
And so right now, we'll have to see if they can convert this into an Infernal Drake. It did come at a bit of a heavy cost. They're going to end up picking up the Scuttle Crab, though, so that is quite a nice victory, as well as clearing out the vision on the right-hand side. And this does mean that SKT could potentially try to start the Infernal, but maybe thinking that Viper has Teleport already available. I'm not entirely sure. But they don't want to lose out on tempo down in bottom lane. And so Teddy and friends recalling for rushing back down there. And so far in this game, Khan is at a CS lead again. Gory is doing pretty well. And the bottom lane CS deficit, it's not the end of the world because you have to consider what happened super early on, as well as it being Sona and Tom Kench.
Yeah, they're not too concerned about that. I think they're going to be a little bit more sad because the Sona does not have Klepto, but Viper does. I wonder how much Viper has really been able to get out of this Klepto so far. I have to imagine not that much. Do you actually know if the bouncing, the ricochet from the Sivir bounces onto an enemy? Will that give you the Klepto prop?
No, I don't know. No. I don't know that.
Hard no?
No,
or you don't know?
I'm a former coach.
Oh, yeah.
Current caster.
Yeah.
By the way.
So you don't know?
I don't know these things.
So you're a former coach, not
yeah, former
current?
coach.
Okay.
Not current coach.
There you go.
I am a Varus enthusiast.
Because I'm just thinking, he took the Klepto, but how much is he actually proccing it if that's not the case? If it was bouncing every time on Teddy and effort, then you're getting fat stacks, right? But if it doesn't, then what's really the point?
Well, not entirely sure, but obviously there's a melee inside of the lane, so should be a lot of reliable procs just with other spellcasts as well, since you're able to just try to proc it on him endlessly. But meanwhile, I mean, in terms of fat stacks, I mean, Griffin ended up picking up the Infernal Drake, but SK Telecom, they got Shelly.
Yeah, and Shelly's going to be good. There's a lot more time to use it in this game compared to game number 1. That was kind of hilarious, where Shelly hit literally at 14 minutes and half a second.
Oh.
Okay, trade up in the top side. Khan is going to get hit by that final shock blast. Will have to back out of this lane.
Sword is trying his best to shove this in. Oh. A little bit too slow. And I don't believe Sword will end up getting that plate. But Khan looks like he was waiting quite a bit for a recall, and so he's going to actually end up giving up that entire wave at least.
Yeah.
And so Monomune, first item of choice for Sword, and this is really nice because this is sort of what we were talking about. The way that they're going to try to fight the Sona, Nico, and Camille is with poke. And what better way to sustain all of the poke that you're going to be going for than to go for the old-fashioned tier on Jace type of itemization.
Yeah.
With the Infernal Dragon, things can definitely get very scary. Now, a Doomsday scenario right now for SK Telecom would be the second Infernal Drake then turning into a Mountain Dragon. Because then it would mean that as Griffin eat the Infernal Dragon as soon as it comes up, the next Mountain Drake that would end up spawning would almost perfectly convert into a Baron caster.
That definitely could happen. We've seen crazier things before. As you talked about the trade of the Infernal for the Rift Heralds, but kind of feels like Clid is not going to use it here before 14 minutes, which we have always highlighted as a mistake. He's going to get that reminder here at 13:30 that, hey, buddy, you got to go for it. But instead, he's just going for the Crux. So no plates are going to come down here with the use of the Rift Herald. I'm not sure why. Meanwhile, Lehends and Viper were able to take a full turret of plates, plus first turret blood in the bottom lane, and then they just rotate top, and they're totally fine about it.
Yeah. And they're not going to be able to get any plates up in top lane, but Infernal Drake coming up in 2 minutes, drawing SK Telecom all the way up here, is still a victory in and of itself, especially if it means that they end up getting priority. Tom Kench, though,
he's really going for that one, but now they're going to try to get on top of Olaf, but that stopwatch and the flash away means he might be able to get away. Nice try by Gory to get on top of him, but where's the damage? He's going to live, and now it's a massacre on the side of SKT.
Oh my!
There's no hope! Cover your eyes for your children as the triple kill comes out for Chovy. The gank does not work out in any sense of the word, and SKT get demolished.
Yeah, and that's going to be the top tier 1 turret going down now for Griffin, as well as when they come off of the recall, Viper should be able to get the red buff, and then position well for the second Infernal Dragon. So I think that we might have been able to see the exact moment where SKT lost the game when we get a replay.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it once already, and we're going to see it again. As Khan, you can tell he's frustrated. He wants to get on in there.
He can't do it. He just can't.
You don't think so?
No.
He's down a level here. He's going to get electrocuted. That was the choice.
If that shock blast actually hit,
okay,
he would have died.
TP comes in, and that is going to be the kill.
Sword. Yeah, they're going to kill Sword, but he was playing with fire or having to expend his flash just for the kill. So they end up getting a best case scenario, but we'll take a look at the replay. They use the Abyssal Voyage to come in, and that's the new Tom Kent ult ring. So they end up coming in, not able to actually capitalize on anything. It was a really, really nice crescendo, but you can see that everyone was mismatched in terms of where they actually wanted to disperse their damage. Tarzan lived with a sliver of HP. Chovy from the south able to do so much.
We have another fight up here as Chovy able to 1v1 down his mid lane opponent. Khan trying to punish him here, is going to land that hook shot and pick up the kill. Nicely done. We did also have Shelly in the mid lane. Didn't actually get to see if the charge went off. That turret seems very healthy. So Shelly basically getting 0 value outside of the gold from picking her up.
So right now Tarzan going to clear out all the vision on the right-hand side. It's almost 3,000 gold lead here for Griffin. And the Infernal Dragon has been started. And it looks like Griffin should be able to tell that SKT are not intent on trying to stop it. Clown Dragon will be coming up next, so that is a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, finally. As Khan here, you can tell he's trying to take this into his own hands, but he's smart enough not to go face checking right now. As how about a replay here, the one-on-one?
Slow ends up coming out, but Chovy has quite a bit of damage. Ends up getting the teleport out from Khan, and then he's able to salvage the situation. Viper and Lehends were not able to make it there to add any extra benefit for
and we
their
have
team.
a fight in live as Khan is trying to kill Sword here, but he's got a stopwatch.
Oh,
away,
Tarzan.
He lands that axe, and Khan is going to be dead. Doesn't matter if he gets that speed up. As once again, Tarzan going to be there, reading the aggression from Khan, is able to shut him down.
So it definitely looks like the overextension was punished. And SK Telecom are going to be left struggling now to pick up the pieces inside of this game. The Sona is so far behind. Still no support item completed.
As she just
yeah, she died.
Oh, that was before this play too. Khan was up a level, you know. If Tarzan's not here, I can understand this, but
those
damn
junglers.
Also trying to get on top of him. This game, I don't know. Feels like we've kind of gone off the deep end here, in a sense.
You can definitely see what SK Telecom were going for, though. They had 2 Glacials.
Yeah.
You
they
know,
got the synergy going.
Right, and they have 2 brawlers. I'm not sure what Camille is, but definitely just not panning out this game.
Do you think she could be like a Blade Master, or?
She probably would. Yeah,
she's got blades, right?
Do you think that she is noble, right?
I don't. You're the lore guy, so I don't actually know.
She might be noble Blade Master. That's up there with Fiora.
As, well, she's going to be down there with someone if they can catch up to her, but nice hook shot over the wall by Khan. He is going to get to safety.
So far in this game, SK Telecom now find themselves down 4,000 gold, 2.5 minutes until the next Clown Drake comes up. Yumi is really out of control right now with the itemization.
Already has the Dark Seal.
Yeah.
We know where that's going.
SK Telecom effectively has 3 champions right now at this point in time, whereas Griffin has 5. So they're down numbers just due to the way that the itemization and the base scaling on the champions work, at least at this current point in time. But also, take a look at the level across the board. There is a 3 total level disparity in bottom lane, which is quite large. And Viper is also about to level up. So level gaps are quite present in Potent, and then also it should be really easy for them to actually take the Baron given how far ahead they are, and how much gold they have inside their champions. Very easy to cut off the opponents with the Talia, and even though there's the Abyssal Voyage on Tahm Kench, it's not reliable enough to consider gaining access and then trying to have a realistic contest.
Yeah, I mean, we said similar things about Griffin in game number 1, but they took a long time to actually get on top of it. So will they actually make it happen in this game? We'll have to wait and see, as we've kind of plateaued for now in terms of the gold. And Chovy is able to avoid any aggression up in the top side. He's playing all the way back in that lane. So props to him. All that extra gold for the Sivir means she's already at 2.5 items here, 20 minutes, feeling pretty good.
Chase right now is in a split push mode here against the Camille. And now this is the game state that Griffin reached in the previous game that we talked about was a little bit concerning, where they had these very large advantages but then did nothing with them. They didn't utilize Baron baits or anything of that nature in order to force SK Telecom to come into them, basically, and not just be able to turtle and scale back up. And
she never finished the quest.
She still hasn't finished it.
Still hasn't finished it.
She's scaling for late game.
She's 87 CS. What happened? Wait, what?
We'll get there one day, Sheldon.
Slow and steady.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race. Haven't you heard that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Turtle Sona. Or I guess it's Tortoise.
Do you think that they should make a tortoise
Sona skin?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's a horrible idea. Leave the skin recommendations to me and Atlas, alright?
How about,
Alright, I'll give you another chance. Go ahead.
How about Speed Racer Tahm Kench?
What?
He's so fast nowadays. Look, he picks up Righteous Glory every game.
How about no?
All right, yeah.
You like that one?
Yeah, it's good.
All right,
You really shut me down there.
Yeah, I did.
Feeling real bad right now.
All right.
As Clid might be feeling that way as well. He's got a tunnel away, but he lost nearly his entire health bar on the way out, as this is not SKT's jungle. It's Griffin's. They're making it theirs right now with the vision.
Oh, man. Yumi's on the hunt. She's on the prowl.
Yeah, no Magi's yet. Still waiting on that item. So we are going to push this one down. Griffin, it is still pretty early. They're not going to try to rush down the Baron or anything. They still have so much poke in their composition.
And they don't want to do anything too risky and potentially give over a couple of kills. The Sona team composition is still scary if the Sona can get online and get to even footing. Although it is really difficult for SKT to bring the game back to an even footing game state, given that 2 Infernals have gone the way of Griffin, as well as a Cloud Drake. And another Cloud Drake's actually coming up next. So this will definitely be quite a pickle for them to figure a way out of. Right now it looks like Khan is going to play ping pong again with the waves down in bottom lane. Teddy is farming, but as you mentioned earlier, hasn't completed his quest.
He's somehow still has not. Wouldn't you have just hit somebody with a Q by now? I don't understand.
He doesn't want to do that. He's a passive.
Weren't they just like fighting over on the other side? Well, I guess that was actually just Yuvi doing her thing, chunking you for 5 trillion damage. As we have it happen once again.
Well, that's not what you want to see in terms of gold disparity between champions. As now the red buff ends up going the way of Griffin.
Viper able to pick that one up too, so they get it on a great target.
Jace now coming into mid lane, trying to shove it in. Abyssal Voyage by effort. Don't know what he was intending.
Well, now we're just going to try to dive gory here as the Pop Blossom goes off, but it doesn't matter. And now we're going to get on top of effort as there is no turret here. They went way too far down the lane. Once again, a great crescendo, but that seismic shove after the flash. Chovy kind of just styling right now. And that's the way it feels in this game as Griffin are once again pummeling another team.
Yeah, and they might just actually try to go for the end right here.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they're showing any signs of stopping Griffin. Once they get this confidence, they're not known to back away. And they have so much wave clear. Just look at the bouncing there from the Sivir.
Yeah, and Lehends is juggling the aggro so well. That's the final Nexus turret. That's going to be the game, maybe.
Should be. They're trying to jump in on this one and kill one more person, but Khan is going to end it in the stopwatch. And GG, the Nexus will go the way of Griffin.